So with our next upcoming test being a little bit heavy on diagramming and spreadsheeting, I thought I would give a quick tutorial on each for the tools that you'll need for the test and hopefully help you guys cut a few corners and save some precious seconds. So you can start with blank drawing or basic diagram. I'm going to say for now I'll recommend just go with basic diagram because the tools are already out there and available for you. So I'm going to click on basic diagram and click create. Okay, so if you hold down Control and scroll, by the way, you can zoom in and out very easily. So I've just zoomed in. You can grab shapes to go on the board from all kinds of places. What we have here is the basic shapes fold out. It's just styled automatically. This theme that it's using right now has a style that has everything in blue, which is kind of nice, but also if you want to customize it, you'll have to just go through and do some theming. So what we can do is we can drag a rectangle onto here. And I highly recommend using the rectangle from this gutter because it comes with connectors and a couple of other things already built onto it. So the connector tool, when you hover over it, you notice there's little dots around the outside for you to connect to. That's because this rectangle shape isn't the same as this rectangle shape. Notice I can draw that one out, but when I grab the connector tool, I no longer have connection points on there already to start with. And then when you start to move things around, the connector will not follow it properly. Okay, so if we put two elements out here, you don't need to grab the text tool at this point. You just double click on what you want to type on and you start typing your entity name. So let's say we were talking about employee and department like we have been since the beginning of the term. You know, one department has many employees. One little trick you might find helpful is to always start from the parent table entity when you are drawing your connectors. So from your parent to your child, because then all you have to do is change the end connector on multiple tables at the same time. And I'll even show you how to do that in a moment. So let's say a department has many employees, and for the sake of argument, we're going to throw in a department has many products. So we'll also draw some products for this department. So again, like I said, I start from the parent and I move my way down to the child table. I'm going to grab my pointer tool, double click, and write in product. So maybe each department sells different products, kind of like Walmart, where your product is, you have an electronics section or whatever. Now notice when I move around my rectangle that the connector automatically redraws. Sometimes not in a way that we would automatically hope it would. So sometimes you might have to click on your connector, grab the endpoint, and move it to a different connector. Now if you want to change the endpoint for your arrows here, because arrows are not the style that we're doing, we're using the crow's foot, you'll want to click on or right click on any of your connections, so your lines that are connecting your two entities. You can right click and go to format shape. So that's the first thing you can do. Another thing is you can change the line on the end of it. Notice how I don't have anything in the line here. When I click on one of my lines, I get this line drop down in the format shape, fold out. And then I can go to my end arrow type. End arrow type is the one you want to look for. If it's pointing the wrong way, you may have to change begin arrow type. So I would change this one, and we're always in our class going to use number 27. But you notice we can't really see it because it's so tiny right there, so we also want to, making sure we have it selected, change the end arrow size. Jumbo is usually big enough. A lot of people like colossal as well, just as long as it's visible. Then you can do the same for the other end arrow. So this is how it would look. One department has many products, one department. So you got the one line side of the crow's foot, and the multiple line side of the crow's foot means I have many products, right? It also implies a foreign key and all that, but we've been over that time and time again, so by now you should have that down pat. So I'm just going to undo the end arrow types that I've done so far so that I can show you how to do them all at once. Another thing you can do is I can click on one line. Here, I'll even close the format shape. I can click on one line, then I can hold down Control on my keyboard and then click on another line, and then I have both of them selected. You notice they're both kind of bolded with a dark blue line on them. Then if I right click and I go to Format Shape, I can do the same drop down on both of them at the same time. So I can go to my end arrow type and change to 27 Jumbo. Then you can see I've affected them both at the same time. So there's a little shortcut for you as well. Now for the Excel video.